This is me rolling into the operating room as a medical student in a standing power wheelchair. People with disabilities interact with the medical system at a much higher rate than those without disabilities. And we also have the least amount of representation in the field. I ended up having a fall roller skating about 3.5 years ago. And from that point, lost the coordination in my lower limbs and then my muscle power too. Being able to bring social media into that was a pretty positive experience. I started off by just making some videos on bad accessibility.
This store entrance here took 3 people to get me inside with my wheelchair, and let's talk about why.
It kind of transformed from me being like kind of comedic online to then being able to show these resources and build more of an advocacy side.
I am now in medical school and we are in the anatomy lab where you have to wear gloves, but gloves do nothing for me when I have to then push my wheels and touch whatever on the gloves to my wheels.
And so I think I've been able to just show that what we perceive the medical field to be at times isn't actually what it is, and that you can, with various abilities, still treat patients. And I know people with more abilities and less abilities than me that do great work still in the field. My school showed me from the start that they wanted this to be a good experience. They wanted me to have an equal and equitable experience. But there was also the question of how do we make that happen? It was very exciting for me to then be so close to the surgery and maybe help with small things they let medical students help with at times, like holding a wire. I think everyone was very surprised by how smoothly it went, and I think that instilled more confidence in a lot of people too, that okay, this is gonna work and this is possible. On social media, I've gotten some really positive responses. I really love when people reach out and say, hey, my kid is in a wheelchair and I'm so excited to know that they have this opportunity in front of them. Or when people are like, I've been in a chair for a year, I love your content, this really has helped me find this resource or feel less alone. There's all these responses from people in the community that have meant the world to me. That's the whole reason why I want to put stuff online. A lot of the work that I'm doing now is just so that procedures are in place for when I leave too. And the hope is that more medical schools will take on setting up those procedures without having to have admitted a student already. Because it's one of those, you can wait for us to get into the program and then make it accessible, or you can make it accessible and people will come into the program.